welcome to episode 5 of the Layfamilyyarn Diaries. My name's Kelly and I can be found on Instagram and on the website as Layfamilyyarn. So happy to be back speaking to you this week, and it's just a week later. Look at me getting all in a routine. We're in Cornwall this week, so I'm calling this episode a postcard from Cornwall. We're here for a couple of weeks. And it's just lovely. We're very much still maintaining a semi-self-isolation. We're still really keeping ourselves to ourselves, which is perfectly doable where we are. Sorry, I'm distracted, the swallows flying past. We're stopping at a farmhouse, so it's been converted into apartments, and there's only 4 couples here, all with dogs, so you know the ethos really is just dog walks and fishing. Nick goes fishing most days, and Geoff and I go for lots of country walks, and then we'll go and sit with him for a little while and do some knitting. But it's just lovely to be away from home after all this lockdown, you know. And I love my life. I've got my ideal life, and I wouldn't change it for a thing, but it's still nice to get away, isn't it, and not have work and emails. And again, I love my job, but it is a job, isn't it? So to be able to get away is still a joy. I hope you're all well. I hope you're all adjusting to this new normal. That seems to be the buzzword at the moment, doesn't it? Children are going back to school here. Work and life is reopening, although we're having local lockdowns now as a consequence of that. But yeah, I hope you're all safe and well and adjusting, because it takes some adjusting, doesn't it? You get used to one way of existing and then you have to readjust to another. So I've come and sat outside today. It was supposed to have tropical storms today, but I think they're just brushing over us, and it's fine. We had a little bit of rain this morning, but nothing to speak of. So I've been doing plenty of knitting, mostly hats, you know, is my MO, I guess, isn't it? I wish I could. There's a swallow nest just not too far from where I am, and they keep coming in to feed. It's really distracting. Yeah, I've put a little video at the front actually of one of the driveways to where the farmhouse is, so you can see how rural here we are, and I'll put some video at the end. We went to a place called Golitha Falls, and beautiful ancient woodland. Oh gosh, amazing woodland, and it runs alongside the River Fowey, and it comes from Bodmin Moor up in Devon, down the River Fowey into Cornwall, and where it meets here at Golitha or Golitha Falls, you get these beautiful cascading waterfalls. Oh, it was just amazing. I cannot believe, you know, we've been coming to this same place for years, maybe 8 years, 9 years, and we generally come 2 or 3 times a year, and we've never been. Again, that's where Geoff has opened a whole new world to us and enriched our lives tremendously, because we just googled dog friendly walks near me, or woodland dog friendly walks near me, something like that, and this was one of them that came up, and we've never been before, which is crazy. But it was amazing, and it was gentle walks along a pathway, but then to get to the falls we were climbing over rocks and up steep embankments and through the water. It was amazing. It was such an adventure. Loved it. Brilliant. We'll definitely be going again. So I took quite a lot of footage from that I'll put at the end of this video. I can't stop smiling thinking about what a day we had. It was beautiful. Oh, a massive thank you to everyone who left me comments last week with regards to showing things in the shop. Oh, I'm so happy you feel that way. I'll definitely start doing that. Once we're back home, I shall start doing a little section at the end of what's going to be in the shop. And if obviously you're not interested, that's fine, isn't it? You can switch off. I won't drone on for very long about what's going in the shop, but just if there's new things or exciting things, and there will be. There's some really exciting things coming. I'm not saying nothing, but there's some really exciting things, especially if you're a fan of mini skeins like I am. There's also some sad things because Floof has been discontinued at our supplier. It's no longer available, well, at least not until October, which just breaks my Floof addicted heart. I do have quite a substantial stock of it at work, but some of which I shall keep for myself and the rest will just stay in the shop as normal. Now then, I've just noticed that one of the apartments opposite where I'm sitting has got their barn door open, and I think if I start showing my things they're going to see me. So do I just suck it up and be brave and pretend I'm talking to an actual friend, or do I reposition myself? What do you reckon? I feel really self-conscious now because I think they're having breakfast and they can see me. I guess I could always just say I was talking to my mum, showing her my holiday knit, say, sod it, let's go for it, huh? I feel really self-conscious now. I don't know if I can do this now. Look, I can't even put my bucket on a bench, I feel daft. I'll try and discreetly look over to see if they're looking. Right. I've been making more of the Magpie hats that I showed last week by Debbie Ford. These are for gifts for Christmas. So that's the main thing I've focused on while I've been away. So I've finished a blue one. You see, so it's the same blue that I showed last time, the cornflower blue in both the fluff and the 4-ply yarn, and then just the scraps for the band. The band though I held with grey floof instead of the blue, just to give it a bit more pop, and it really does, doesn't it? I really like it. It's exactly the same as last time. I haven't changed the pattern in any shape, way or form. I've added a pom-pom, nice big grey fluffy pom-pom. I've just got to sew that turned hem up, and then that will be finished. I love it. That's another Christmas gift finished. And then I've made another one. You're going to love this one. I'm going to pop it on. So it's a grey, I'll show you the yarn actually. It's a grey base, but it's got some real delicate pinks and dusky purples in the yarn as well. And then I've obviously put lots of pinks and speckles and on the stripe, and the most amazing blush pink pom-pom. Love it. These pom-poms we're going to be selling in the shop. I've just put in quite a large wholesale order for them, so we're going to be selling these in the shop. So when we do get back to work, we'll be doing kits for them hats with pom-poms. So this is a yarn I used for the pink hat. It's a grey base, and you can just see there the real delicate little bits of pink and mauve in there. If you can see it so much on the fluff. And that was this one. Somebody emailed me actually about putting some kits together for that hat, and I gladly will. But I said in terms of the little bits that make the stripe, they really are just tiny, tiny little bits. You know, we're talking 1 or 2 grams, which, you know, everybody will have those, won't they, knocking around at home, I'm sure. So I just put this little bag together. I mean, look at that one, it's tiny. really is like the smallest nub ends of all your little beautiful bits, all your tiny leftovers. And I typically, have a look at this pink one, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 colours in that one. Because they're just such delicate little stripes, they all kind of blend together, but there is actually 7 colours in there. I don't do any regularity to the stripes, I just change when I change. In fact, you can see by my ends there's no sort of starting point or hang on, there you go, look. So yeah, there's no I don't do 2 rows, I just change either when I run out or if I fancy. So they're the Magpie hat by Debbie Ford, and that is a free pattern. The only other thing I've been working on so far this week is the Impossible Girl socks that I showed last week. Let me just unravel myself. Here we go. That's the Impossible Girl socks by Madeline Gannon. So I've done the gusset decreases and I'm just working my way down the foot now. This is that new colourway I was talking about last week that's inspired by my posy of flowers from my garden. I love it. Oh, let's get you better. There you go. This is on the mohair sock base. I've just ordered actually quite a substantial quantity of this base. Chester wool, who most UK dyers use, are having some supply chain issues, so we've had to you know, sort of be a little bit more flexible in what we may be stocking in the future. So I'll say the Floof is unavailable now until October, and that's the same for a few bases. So yeah, we're going to have to try new ones, which is really exciting, isn't it? And have a look at other things that we perhaps wouldn't have tried before. But that, I think that's a positive thing. It takes you out of your comfort zone, doesn't it? So that's it for knitting, really. Yeah, I've just done those 2 hats and those socks. I've got a few more projects to play with while I'm here. My dad now wants a hat. He tried it on yesterday, the blue one, and he wants one. Thankfully, like every knitter, I came prepared with a spare ball of Floof and sock yarn to have a play with, just in case those 10 projects I brought weren't quite enough. You know, we can never be over prepared as knitters, can we? Anyway guys, I think I'm going to call it a short and sweet postcard, and I will pop in some footage at the end of our trip to Golitha Falls and some of our other walks. So yeah, thanks for joining me today. As always, I truly appreciate your company. One thing I never ask, because it's not important to me, is to, you know, like and subscribe, hit the notification button, and it doesn't matter to me. I just enjoy your company, whether you subscribe or whether you drop in or you don't. The only thing I didn't know was that you need 1,000 subscribers to be able to do a live stream, and Nick and I are planning, when we do our next update at the end of July, because we're launching a whole new product range, we were going to do a live stream, and we will still on Instagram, but I was hoping to do it on both YouTube and Instagram, so I'm not going to be able to do that at the moment. So yeah, if you do want to perhaps catch the live stream, maybe Instagram is the place to follow us, or if we do get to 1,000 subscribers, then I'll do both, but we are a way off that, so I don't think we will. Anyway, take care guys, lots of love, and I'll see you next week. Bye.
Funny.
I don't know, Dad, I've never been. Oh.
That date, did you? I'm going to retrieve no ducks in it.
Hmm?